Hello, hello. Whoa, what's up with that? There we go. Hello, hello. How is everybody tonight? FYI, if you hear all that background noise, Rosie is going a little bit crazy right now. Can you guys hear that squeaky toy? Can you hear that? Rosie, really? You have to be doing this now? You have to be doing this right now? Yes, I see you staring at me with that squeaky toy. How is everybody tonight? Wow, 39 already. Not bad. How is everybody tonight? Rosie, you are killing me. Can you guys hear all that? Can you guys hear Rosie's chew toy? Can you guys hear all that? Oh, wow. We already got a super chat. Hello, Guy, Ron, Lucas, Ace. Hello, hello, hello. Brick Ships. Hello, Roblox. Hello. How is everybody tonight? Hello, hello, hello. Rosie, you are killing me. Let's see. Let's check it. Let's check out this super chat. All right, hang on a second. Give me that. Here. I'll take this. You take this. There you take it. This was the source of the problem. And check this out. Look at this right here. Look at that. Look at that. Rosie, can I, if I give this to you, will you behave yourself? Will you behave? All right, ready? 1, 2. That dog of mine, I swear. She's a mess. All right, let's get a look. I took Rosie to the park. I'm going to take that toy. I'm going to have to take that toy away from her. All right, hang on. Oh, wow, we need a slow-mo because I can't read the chat. Okay, give me a second. I got to still read that super chat from earlier. Hello, hello. How is everybody tonight? Okay, boom. Slow mode activated. We got it set for 60 seconds. Good. All righty, here. Let's check out that super chat before I lose it completely. Where did that super chat go? It's from Ozzy5. Thank you so much. Hi, Sam. Did you walk Rosie today? And did you get a lamp in your new P.O. box? I haven't checked the P.O. box yet. I think it's a little bit early before I go to check that. But yes, I did walk Rosie today. And if somebody actually sends me a lamp, I'm going to laugh my head off. Let's see here. Ethan, I'm doing great, Sam. That's awesome. Ron, slow mode. No. Well, how am I supposed to read the chat? I have to be able to read the chat. Let's see here. Zachary, howdy. RMS Titanic 1912 asks, what would have happened if Olympic sunk during World War II? They probably would have gotten another ship that would have been sent over from the Germans. They would have had another ship as payment from the Second World War. Because remember how the Germans had a couple of their ships given over to the British because they lost World War I? Something like that would have happened. Let's see here. Marge says hi from Maryland. Awesome. Hello, Marge. Lady, hello, I'm Selma from the server. Love this community. That's awesome. Oh, I just picked up that Resident Evil game. I haven't played it yet. Rosie. Let's see. Hunter, hey, Sam, how you doing tonight? I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, Hunter? Can you guys hear that squeaking? Can you guys hear all that? I'm about to take that toy from her. Let's see here. Dirtbike, how you doing? Amazing. Awesome. James, what is your favorite disaster to learn about? My interests fluctuate from time to time. They just kind of jump. I'm sorry, guys. Be right back. You can have this back when I'm done. Okay, she can have that back. Of course, she's quiet all evening, and then right as soon as I start streaming, she has to go and grab the chew toy. Rosie, I'll give you your toy back in a bit, okay? Let's see here. Nightmare. Hello, Sam from Australia. Hello. Hello, hello from West Virginia. Lee. Aw, gotta love Rosie. No, let her squeak it. Well, I gotta be able to focus on the live stream, guys. Millie. Oh, no, poor Rosie. Haha. Rosie is no joke. She's like a child. She's like a 10-year-old kid who loves her toys and everything like that. She's a doll baby, and I love her, but she's been quiet all evening, and now, of course, as soon as I go up, she has to have her toy. Let's see. DJ. Hi, Sam. What you been up to? Oh, not much. Just working. Let's see here. Tanya, let her squeak. Here in a bit. Okay, here in a bit. And, like, this chew toy is now covered in dog slime and, like, I don't want this on my table. Let's see. Generation, does Olympic have a fake funnel like Titanic? Please answer. Yes and no. So I did say that in a video that the fourth funnel was fake, and that is true in regards to the fact that these ships the fourth funnel didn't carry steam or smoke from the boiler, but they did carry steam from other parts of the ship. So like the galley and stuff, the fourth funnel dealt with all that. So it was fake, but not really fake. We got another super chat from Olivia 5. Thank you so much. Hi, I was just wondering when you were going to go live. Oh, here I am. Here I am, Olivia. I am here and I'm live. Thank you for the 5, by the way. Oh no, Jordan is here. Hi, Jordan. How you doing, man? Thank you for the $3. I appreciate you. Rosie, I appreciate you, Jordan. I saw your picture on Facebook, man, that the gym has finally opened again. That's awesome, man. Hey, thank you for the 3, man. I appreciate you. Chippers 5, thank you so much. Hi, Sam. Do ships still send out guarantee groups on their maiden voyage? And Rosie knows her fans are watching. Absolutely, she does. Here, like, check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Like, there she is, right there. She's just watching me. She's just watching. She wants her toy. She wants her toy. But as far as I know, I don't know if they're called guarantee groups anymore, but you know that there are a bunch of engineers and technicians on ships all the time, you know, to make sure everything runs smoothly. So I don't know if it's a guarantee group per se, but there's always people on ships. So I hope that answers your question. Thank you so much for the 5, Chippers. I appreciate you. We got another 5. We got another 5 from Garth. Have you heard of the HMS Terror? The HMS Terror. That's HMS Terror. Let's see. I don't know off the top of my head. HMS Terror was a specialized warship. The Navy developed a bomb vessel constructed by the Royal Navy in 1813. Is that right? HMS Terror, 1813? And it looks like it was in the Arctic. Let's see. She was converted to polar exploration ship 2 decades later. The Arctic expedition of 1836 to 1837 was successful. Huh, interesting. I feel like I have heard a little bit about this. Didn't it get trapped in the ice? I feel like there was something about that. Anyway, I need to do some more research into it, but I will go ahead and add this to the list. Thank you so much. HMS Terror. There's a picture here of the ship, and it's covered in ice. I'm assuming that this is the same ship. Very interesting stuff. I will look into it. I got my phone. I'm sorry, guys. The chat's been a little bit chaotic here at the beginning, but Rosie decided to go nuts like right here. You know what happened? I took Rosie for her walk at like 5, and it's 7:30 here now. So she had time to sleep and rest and recuperate, where I normally take her much later. So she's being quiet. So that's why she's so active right now. Let's see here. Lemon, hey Sam, can they raise the Lusitania? No. Look up pictures of the Lusitania wreck. It's basically just a pile of metal on the seafloor. It's all collapsed in, and the wreck's basically unrecognizable now. So no, they cannot wake it up, or they cannot raise it. Wake it up. What am I saying? Let's see here, Mr. Lusitania. What if Titanic was called totally unsinkable, and why didn't Titanic big boats? I'm not sure what you're asking there. I mean, no one would ever call a ship completely unsinkable, so I'm not sure what you're asking there. Emerald 10, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Earlier, when I came home from camping last night, no joke, one of my dogs, Bailey, had quite literally drug out one of my parents' plants out of its pot, broke the pot in half, and messed up the flowers. Aren't dogs the best? I mean, don't get me wrong here. I love Rosie completely. She's my baby. But it's like they always know when you're trying to do something, like just now. And she had to get this chew toy, like right now. And that was a mistake because now she's back at the table because she heard it squeak. So listen, I love Rosie. She's amazing. But just like honestly, having a dog, if you don't have a kid, is like, my parents called having a dog like a precursor to parenting, you know, like especially when they're puppies, because you have to take care of them. They're not as much work as a baby, but when they're puppies, they're a lot of work. Oh boy, I love her, but she drives me nuts sometimes. Rosie, pay no attention to that. I love you. You don't bug me. I think she can understand me. I love her. Let's see here. Thank you for the 10, by the way. Pakuni, 5, thank you so much. Hey, I heard from somewhere that the watertight doors on Titanic closed with gravity and didn't slowly go down. Is that true? So the way I understand it, and I don't know the exact thing, but I do know that they do close down, like they have a mechanism connected to them, at least as far as I know. And I've heard, but I don't know how true it is, that once the doors came down so far, they automatically, like, they dropped down like the last couple of feet to ensure they made a watertight seal. I don't know how true that is, but that's something. So they're on a mechanism. They come down slowly, and then right before they touch the floor, they use gravity to fall a little bit more just so they ensure a watertight seal. As I said, I don't know how true that is. That's just something I've heard. But if anybody else knows anything more about that, please let me know in the chat. But that is something that I have heard. I'm not sure exactly how accurate that is. One thing I've learned about watching Titanic documentaries, unless you research it 100% for yourself, you kind of have to exercise on the side of caution. But that system does make sense to me. Thank you for the 5. Thomas, 10, thank you so much. When will you be doing a timeline on the Aquitania? It has an interesting history, served as a troop ship in both World Wars. I have a lot to cover before we even start thinking about the Aquitania. That is, I do want to talk about that ship, and I am going to make some videos about it. I do have an Aquitania model coming. So when I only have one model left. So I have the Lusitania and the Mauritania. I've got these ships, and I currently have the complete Olympic class lineup. Just they're all slightly damaged. So, but yeah, when I get my Aquitania model, maybe I'll start planning that because these models do come in handy. Before I do Aquitania, I would like to do a complete history of Lusitania, but I need to do I need to do a new video, and I need to reread Dead Wake. She found another toy. She found another. Can you guys hear that? She found another squeaky toy. Ballistic, $2. Thank you so much. I give you money if you be Among Us for Halloween. Oh, wait, you want me to dress up? Well, you don't need to give me money for that, but you want me to dress up as Among Us for Halloween? I was thinking about getting some kind of a costume. Can you guys hear this? I was thinking about getting some kind of a costume. For Halloween, but yeah, we'll see. You don't need to give me money for it, but I might do something. I might dress up for a live stream. Let's see. GMG 5. Thank you so much. Hi, Sam. This is Greg, one of your Captain Patron subscribers. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing. It's great. Thank you so much, Greg, and thank you so much for being one of my patrons, man. I need to get more active on Patreon, and I guess I'll say it here. What I've been thinking about doing since as a little something extra for my Patreon subscribers, since I don't always get a lot of response to whenever I ask people to do Q&A stuff. What I was thinking about doing was changing it up so that any videos that I may delay the release for 24 hours and then post a link for all my patrons so that anybody who's a member with my stuff on Patreon, they'll get to watch the video before it premieres the next day. So that's something I was thinking about doing. Let me know what you guys think of that, because I never get a lot of response from my Q&A stuff. So I want to do something special for my Patreon subscribers. So let me know what you guys think of that. That was something I was going to run by you guys. Thank you so much for the 5, man. I appreciate you, and thank you for being a patron. Let's see here. Isaac 5, thank you so much. Sam will show up in Spider-Man No Way Home as a member of the Sinister Six and will be known as Titanic Man. Source, trust me. To be honest, I don't know anything about Spider-Man, so I know he got bit by a spider, but I don't know anything about the villains or anything like that. The only thing I know about Spider-Man is what I've seen in the new Marvel movies, so I don't know anything about the lore or anything like that, but okay. Maybe me dress up as Spider-Man for Halloween. Interesting idea. Thank you so much for the 5, Isaac. Josh 20, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Love your videos. Thank you so much, Josh. That means a lot. I wish you would have asked a question. Anybody who supports me on here, anybody who does a super chat, please ask a question because I really want to do stuff more. I want to do more stuff for you guys. Thank you guys so much. Rachel, Rosie. Rachel's here. What's up, sis? Hey, sis. Welcome. I see you. Rosie's up. You want to know what Rosie's doing? She is on fire tonight. You know what? I took her for her walk early, and then she had her nap, and now she's going crazy. She's a mess. Let's see. Titanic videos, $2. Thank you so much. Hi, Sam from LA. Also, can I help you with something? Hi, Sam from LA. Also, can you do the USS Johnston? I'm not familiar with that. Hang on a second. Let's see here. Google USS Johnston. I'm not familiar with this ship. Let's see. The USS Johnston was a French destroyer-class Navy ship, World War II. Let's see here. It looks like it sank. This isn't the deepest shipwreck in the world, is it? Or one of the deepest? Fate. I feel it was this ship recently discovered? There was a World War II ship that was recently discovered. I saw a whole thing about it. I'm not sure if this is that ship or not, but I'll go ahead and add it to the notes. But it was a really, really deep shipwreck. USS Johnston. Okay, I'll look into this. Cool. Thank you for the 2 Titanic videos. Crying face. All right, you know, it's funny. Rosie knows I'm busy, so of course she goes crazy. Let's see. To Sarah, did you hear about the 2020 plan to save the SS United States? It's still in its planning stages. It seems promising. Did you see the night? Did I miss the? No, I got it. I got it, Penn. Thank you so much. I did not see that they're doing another thing to try to save the SS United States. I really hope that they pull that off. I really want the SS United States restored and saved because she's one of the last golden age liners left. Johan 5, thank you so much. Hi Sam. Why come I have never seen you make a video on Navy warships, especially the ones in the world wars like Pearl Harbor? Have you ever been there? I'm going to get to doing some warship videos. I haven't gotten to it yet. Warships I think they're interesting, but it's just not something that like I have been as fascinated with as like the passenger liners. But I do know there is some incredible history with warships. So it is definitely something I am going to get to. But what you have to remember, guys, I'm just one guy here. So I'm just one guy making all these videos, so I can only do so much. But as far as what the first warship I'm going to cover, and I plan to do a video on it soon, I would like to do a video on the Hood and the Bismarck. That's like, I want to talk about that whole battle. So that's what I want to do first, and then I'll move on to some other stuff. I want to talk about Pearl Harbor. I want to talk about the Arizona. But any ships or shipwrecks that I can gain access to, I want to go and see them for the video. So if I can, I'd like to go and visit Pearl Harbor and go visit the wreck of the Arizona, pay my respects and document it. So that's just kind of what I want to do. But yes, thank you so much for the 5, Gohan, and I'm definitely going to start covering warships. GMG, Rosie reminds me of my cat. Logan, my dog, does that too. I love them, but you gotta love dogs, but they're a lot of work. Let's see here. I got that one. Okay. Josh 5, thank you so much. Was the fire on board the Titanic play a part in the sinking? Yes, but not in the way you expect. I've talked about that before, so I'll give you the quick version. Okay, we're good. Good. Okay, I'll give you the quick version. So basically what happened with the coal fire, there was a stupid documentary that came out that basically like the coal fire caused the disaster. Look at these black marks and these pictures of Titanic. This is the reason the ship's hull failed. No, coal fires were not uncommon at the time. People, when they built these steamships, they knew how to deal with coal fires. And if you look at that photograph, the black mark is right here. Nowhere near where the coal fire was, okay? This is like the cargo area. It's not even at the right spot. I mean, that documentary blows my mind. And here's the thing about it. The coal fire was happening on the starboard side coal bunker, okay? I believe it's the coal bunker or boiler room 6 or 5. It's one of those two. I'm pretty sure it's 5. But anyway, so as the coal fire was raging in the coal bunker, the way they put these fires out was they took the coal out of the coal bunker and moved it from the starboard side to the port side coal bunker and doused the fire as they went. When they were done with this was 300 tons of coal that they had to move. So they ended up putting that 300 tons on the Titanic's port side. This in turn had a noticeable effect on the Titanic's trim. So before the sinking, the ship was sailing with about a 3 or 4 degree list to port. When the Titanic struck the iceberg on the starboard side, this extra weight on the port side actually was a big factor in keeping the Titanic from capsizing. They ran a computer simulation of how the Titanic would sink, and they didn't take that coal into account that they had moved. And by the computer simulation, the Titanic should have capsized to starboard in about an hour after the iceberg impact. But then they put that extra weight of the coal in, and the ship lasted almost 3 hours, just like what we saw in the real sinking. So did the coal fire have something to do with the Titanic sinking? Yes, but honestly, it saved lives. It didn't shorten the sinking, which is something that documentary definitely left out. So interesting. Uncover the News 5. Thank you. Oh, and Josh, thank you for the 5. Uncover the News 5. Thank you so much. Video idea. Can you talk about the Titanic's kennels and the pets that were able to survive? I'm definitely going to be talking about the pets on Titanic. That is something that people have been dying for a while. I am definitely going to make a video on that. Don't you worry. And thank you so much for the 5, Uncover. Lolo 5. Thank you so much. Hey, Sam, my son would like you to do a video on the Cunard HMS Campania. Thanks and keep up the good work. HMS Campania. I'm not familiar with that. Let's see, HMS Campania. Oh, and tell your son, thanks for being a fan. HMS Campania was a seaplane tender and aircraft carrier. Huh. Hang on a second, I need a drink. HMS Companion was a seaplane tendered aircraft carrier. Huh, interesting. I don't know anything about this ship, but I will definitely research it and see about making a video on it. Tell your son thank you for that, and thank you for being a fan. I appreciate you. And thank you so much for the $5 super chat. That video idea is officially on my ever-growing list of topics. Gotcha. Thank you so much, Lolo. Let's see here. Hi, Rachel. I still see you. These super chats disappear so fast. I have to keep up. Boom. Okay, we got that one. We got $2 from Titanic Video. USS Johnston is the deepest shipwreck. Okay, so yeah. What is that guy's name? Was it Park Stevenson? I believe he just dived the wreck and took some pictures and videos of it. So that was incredibly cool, but I didn't know anything about that shipwreck before he started posting pictures of it. So I will definitely look into it. Thank you so much, Titanic Videos. I'm pretty sure I've heard of that. Joseph, thank you so much. Have you heard of the HMS Victory, and are you going to do a video on it? I've definitely heard the name. Hang on. HMS Victory. Let me see here. HMS Victory. HMS Victory, 104 gun gale Royal Navy ship, war in 1758. Yeah, I've heard the name, but I don't know anything about it, but I'll definitely research it and add that to the list. HMS Victory. Thank you so much, Joseph. I appreciate you. Let me tell you guys, now that we're on the subject of old sailing ships, I'll tell you this, the Mary Celeste videos were by far to date the hardest videos I've ever done, because that's just that whole type of ship, and a lot of the areas that the ship was sailing in are areas that I'm not that familiar with. So it's like every little thing every little scene that you saw, I had to look up information. I had to look this up. I had to look this up. Whereas if I do Titanic or the Olympic class, sure, I have to double check some stuff, but it's a lot easier for me to do it because I know a lot about it. So let me tell you, Mary Celeste was definitely challenging, but I hope you guys liked the video. Oh, by the way, did you guys find the Easter egg that I hid in the video? Did you guys find the hidden link? I'm wondering. Let's see here. Kasi, $10. Thank you so much. This is a new, much better Saturday Night Live, but instead this is called Sunday Night Live. Oh, okay. This is called Sunday Night. I didn't get what you were saying there. Thank you. Where a bunch of ocean liner communities have more laughs about lambs than Elon Musk being Wario. Thank you so much, Kazi. I appreciate you. And I appreciate being compared to a big TV show like Saturday Night Live. So thank you so much, Kazi. I really appreciate you. I'm not a big Saturday Night Live watcher, but the one, I don't remember the whole thing, but I remember they did some kind of a Titanic skit a few years ago, and it had James Cameron lighting a cigar with $100 bills. I thought that was kind of funny. Kara 5, thank you so much. Have you read Oceanic's White Star Ship of the Century? I'm currently reading it. It's really good so far, and dogs are the best. Yes, they are. No, I have not read it, but hang on a second. Let me pull it up. Let's see, Oceanic Ship of the Century? Let me see if I can find it. Let's see, Oceanic Ship of the Century. Oh, here it is, a book by Mark Churnside. Okay, I don't know anything about this book, but I'll definitely look into getting it. Thank you so much for letting me know about it. I don't know that much about the Oceanic, but it's definitely a beautiful ship. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Appreciate. Are we all caught up on the super chats? Wow, I think we are. Anyway, thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. All right, on to regular questions. I need another drink. Maritime history. Tomorrow is the 1-year anniversary that you posted your first Titanic video. Are you serious? Has it really been 1 year since my first video? Okay, I gotta go check that out. Maybe I'll do a video about that, like a compilation of all of my videos. Man, I did check my video log, and I think to date I've made 191 videos. I'm not sure exactly how many I've made, but I can't believe it's 1 year. Thank you so much for pointing that out, Maritime. I appreciate it. I'll definitely look into that. Second Officer Charles Lightaller's here. Sam Scatino. Oh, I know what you're trying to do. Sam Scatino is the best captain, and the Green Staircase is great, and Brightside tells the truth. Lightaller did the right thing. Lightaller, are you trying to get me to rage? Is that what you're trying to do? Wait, what's that from Finding Nemo? Oh, it's Dory. Remember that scene when Dory forgets Marlin? Lightaller, that's how I feel right now. It's like, are you messing with me? Are you? Or are you? But she says something else in the movie. But I know what you're trying to do, Lightaller, and I'm not gonna fall for it. Whoa, 50 super chat from Bart. Thank you so much. Wow, thank you so much. Thanks. I appreciate it. Appreciate. Hey, Sam, I love your work. Got myself a 1 meter model of Titanic because of your videos. I work at a restaurant, so I was out of a job for over a year. Bart, I'm glad you got work, man. And that's so cool about your Titanic model. Thank you so much for the super chat. When you're done building it, please come into my Discord and send me some pictures of it. I would love to see it. And trust me, I know all about what it's like to lose your job. And I lost my job because of COVID and everything like that. And listen, it's brutal. It's really brutal. It's like that whole year, it's like so much stuff didn't work out. And it was like I couldn't find another job. And I started doing YouTube to try to see if that could become a job while I was looking for a job. Listen, it's brutal. It's really brutal losing your job and just trying to figure life out. But you know what? We keep on moving. I'm glad things are working better for you. I really appreciate the 50. Thank you so much. You know what? You said you're building a Titanic model. I'm sure you've seen it before, but I'll show you my Titanic model. This right here is my big model. This is a 1/350 scale. I believe 1/350. Yeah, Titanic model. This thing is beautiful. And it came from a model kit from the 1960s. That's where this kit originated from. On the box, it actually says it's been 60 years since the Titanic disaster. So, but yep. Hey, man, that's awesome. And I hope to see your model. Excuse me. I hope to see it when you're done with it. Be sure you post some pictures, man. And thank you for that super chat. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see here. Jack 20, thank you so much. Hey, Sam, I remember mentioning this last night in the Discord group, but there is a battleship on display near West Virginia called the USS Wisconsin in Norfolk, Virginia. It's another Iowa-class battleship. I believe you did talk about that before. Haven't you mentioned that in the live stream? The USS Iowa. Hang on. USS Iowa. USS Iowa. USS Wisconsin. Let me go ahead and double check that. USS Wisconsin, because I believe we have talked about it before. Wisconsin. You guys mentioned so many ships, I can't keep up with them. Hang on a second. Google USS Wisconsin. Yes, we have looked it up before. It's in my Google search history. The USS Wisconsin, Iowa-class battleship. So it's close to me in Norfolk. Huh. I'll have to go and check that out. How far is that from here? Hang on. Google Maps. Actually, I'll check that later. That's some work. But yeah, all right. I will definitely check that out, Jack. And hey, that could be a good video topic, and I could actually go and tour the ship and talk about it and do all that stuff. That's awesome, man. Thank you so much for the 20. I really appreciate you, and I will try to get a video done about that. Jack, if you're close, if you're in the general area and you live near that ship, maybe we can meet up there and we could collab on a video. That'd be really cool. Anyway, thank you so much. Love Monkey 5, welcome back, Love Monkey. I remember you. Have you seen the TV movie Titanic? Catherine Zeta-Jones stars in it. Lorraine Allison and her family are depicted in it. Really? TV movie Titanic. Hang on a second. I'm not familiar with TV movie Titanic. There's a lot of Titanic stuff on TV that. The Titanic TV miniseries, 1996. Is that what you're talking about? That's what popped up when. That's what popped up when I Googled it. I'm not sure if this is the same thing or not. Hang on a second. I'll post a link in the chat. You can tell me if this is what you're talking about. Titanic TV miniseries, 1996. Let me post this real quick. Copy, paste, boom. Is that what you were talking about? I'm not 100% certain, but hey, if it's a good show, I'll check it out. I like 90s TV shows. Let's see here. Boom. One of my favorite TV shows from the 90s is I believe it was one of Neil Patrick Harris's first shows, Doogie Howser. I really liked Doogie Howser back then. And somebody said, yeah, I remember what got me interested in Doogie Howser was I was probably 10 and I went to the grocery store with my mom, and then the cashier said, you look like Doogie Howser. I'm like, who's Doogie Howser? And then my mother told me about it. And I watched it and I thought it was great. That was something like that. Doogie Howser was such a good show. Okay, we got another 10 super chat from Gina. Thank you so much. I am late to the stream. Doesn't matter. You're here now. Just glad to be here. I always learn so much. Hello, everyone. Great job, Sam. I'm glad you're here, Gina. And thank you so much for the 10. I really, really appreciate it. Jack, another 5. It's about a 4 to 6 hour drive from West Virginia. Unfortunately, I live in the UK. Oh, man. Oh, well, hey, thanks for telling me about the ship, man. I appreciate you. You mean you can't drive across the ocean? I'm joking. Hey, that's awesome, man. I thank you so much for letting me know. And I haven't really made a lot of plans yet, but I did see that the UK had just opened up its borders to Americans and stuff like that again. So I've actually been thinking about planning my UK trip. So I might wait until it gets a little bit warmer. But hey, I am definitely going to be coming to the UK, hopefully before too long. I want to go and spend a couple of days in London. Then I want to head over to Southampton, and I want to head to Belfast. That's kind of what I want to do. And maybe, just maybe, come back home from the UK on the Queen Mary 2. Man, wouldn't that be awesome? I would love to come home on the Queen Mary 2. Isn't the real bell from the Queen Mary on it? I think it is. Hi, Rachel. You're still here. Olivia 5, thank you so much. I'm a truck driver, and I pass by the USS Alabama at least once every month. It's what I look forward to when I'm going from Texas to Florida. That's awesome. You know, when you get to see these old ships and stuff like that and you're driving by, like, I haven't experienced that too much, but I do know that, like, every time I've seen the Queen Mary, it's always just such a sight to see the Queen Mary. Like, I took this picture. I don't think I put it on any of my social media, but like, just to be in the parking lot of the Queen Mary and see that, like, just sitting there, like, isn't that just like, it doesn't feel real, like, to see that ancient or that old school ocean liner, the golden age ocean liner, just sitting there. It feels like it should be something out of a book. So it really makes them feel more real when you see a real, like, a ship like that. So I love it. Thank you so much, Olivia. I appreciate you, man. Nick 30, thank you so much. Wow. This whole past, thank you, Nick. This whole past 2 years have been brutal for everyone. Personally, I have a 3-meter long Lego Titanic 180 scale. Dang, 180? I built over several years ago. I'm pretty proud of it. Also, a cousin of Wallace Hartley. Seriously? You're related to Wallace Hartley? Seriously? Wow. Okay, please join my Discord because I'd like to talk to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. It's so funny. The Wallace Hartley's violin, you know, when I remember before it was discovered and everything like that. He passed away a few years ago, but you know, he was like a grandfather to me. He was my violin teacher, and me and him would spend so much time talking about Titanic and stuff. And me and him actually discussed the violin, and we wondered what would have happened to it, you know, and turns out it was in some attic this whole time. But I would love to talk to you. And hey, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you. I can't believe somebody related to somebody on the Titanic is here. I feel like the way I did that night when there was somebody who played in the Titanic movie, the 1996 movie here. And I feel like that right now. Like, that's so cool to have a Titanic family member here. All right. I'm fanning now. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for the 30. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Caleb 5, thank you so much. Hey, Sam, did you know that in World War II, Japanese did manage to take American land, the Altwana Islands, which are part of Alaska? I know I didn't say that right, but Caleb, you and your random facts. Caleb, you are definitely an awesome historian, man. You should do your own YouTube channel. I mean, just the stuff and the stories, you know, I'm sure you make a kid, like, you do great here on YouTube. So, but hey, think about it, man. And if you ever need any help with that, please talk to me on Discord. I'll be happy to help you get going. But you are an awesome historian, man. Thank you so much for the information. We should do a video sometime. Thank you so much for the 5. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let's see here. Perry, where can I find the Discord? I have a link to it in my community page. Let's see. Tobia, Sam, have you ever been to Sweden? Tobia, have you ever been to Sweden? No, I have not. As far as all the countries I've visited besides my home, I have been to Canada. I've been to Mexico. I have been to the UK or England. I've been there. I've been to France, and I've been to China. And I think that's all I've been to. I said Canada. That's all the countries I've been to. So that's all the countries I've been to. Yeah, I went to China right before COVID. That's crazy. Or about a year or so before COVID. So that was crazy. Let's see. Maritime history. Schetina may be released in 2025 and not the original date of 2033. What? He may be released early because he's behaving properly. What's your opinion? Okay. Please don't get me raging about Schettino. I mean, oh gosh, him released early. As far as I'm concerned, you know, he may not have been directly responsible for the sinking of the Lusitania, for the sinking of the Costa Concordia, but his actions still got 32 people killed because he delayed the sinking. He made sure he got away. He shouldn't be released. And honestly, I think he got off easy with the charges he did. But if he hadn't have done what he had done, it's possible. Anyway, you're going to get me raging. He's behaving because he isn't in charge of a ship full of people. Nice, Kevin. Yeah, listen, He didn't directly, I'm trying to think of the right words here. He didn't purposely cause the Costa Concordia to sink, but it was still his actions that made the ship do that sail-by maneuver, which caused the sinking in the first place. And then after that happened, he, instead of getting people off of the ship, he told them, everything's fine, everything's okay, you know, just go back to your rooms and wait. And then after, what, an hour or something like that, then he starts telling people to evacuate. Oh, yeah, and then when the evacuation happens, instead of staying on his ship, he goes and changes into a suit and then leaves the ship, and he's, okay. So, yeah, he, as far as I'm concerned, he is responsible for all those deaths, and honestly, it should have never happened in the first place. And anyway, so Emily, let's go, Mad Sam. I'm trying not to rage, but it's hard for me to talk about. He's not a captain. He's not a captain in my opinion. He's not a captain. He is not a captain. Tana, $10. Thank you so much. Hi, Sam and Rosie. Is it true that after the Titanic sank, the families of the people who died who worked on the ship got bills for their uniforms? I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that, but what I do know is that after the Titanic went down, according to maritime, I don't know if it was, I think it's maritime law or something like that, or was it White Star law? I can't remember. But anyway, after the Titanic went down, any employee for the Titanic had stopped being paid. The second the ship disappeared beneath the Atlantic, then as soon as that happened, you know, all White Star Line employees stopped getting paid. And this was actually this was actually a cause of a big controversy, because there was a passenger in one of the Titanic's lifeboats, and the Titanic's officer told him, you know, we're not getting paid for this. You know, after the ship went down, no matter what we do from here on out, we're not getting paid. So this passenger, he was a first-class passenger, but I cannot remember his name. He gave the White Star Line employees in his lifeboat $5, or like £5 or whatever. He tipped them that. And then that led to a huge controversy when they got home. It basically destroyed those lives of those people in that lifeboat, because the media twisted the story around and said that this person bribed the Titanic's officers in that boat to not go back and rescue people, which is not what happened at all. So listen, the media was just like, they like to twist stories around back then, just like they do now. So it's crazy. But eventually, when all the White Star Line employees got back to New York or England or wherever, the White Star Line gave them a bonus to kind of compensate for the time that they weren't getting paid. And then they turned it around and fixed it so that the White Star Line employees who did survive ended up getting paid. So it all worked out, but it wasn't good for the people in that lifeboat. I mean, just think about that. You try to help somebody out by giving them £5 for, you know, helping them out in that situation, and then the media destroys you. I mean, think about that. Crazy, crazy. Am I all caught up? Great question, by the way. That was a great question, Tana. Caleb, 20. Thank you so much, man. Have you heard of the man named Larry Thorne, an American name? He's from Finland. He fought in 3 armies from Winter War of Finland, Germany, World War II, and America during Vietnam, all because he hated Russia? Really? So, American name from Finland. He fought in 3 armies from Winter War. I'm not familiar with Winter War. Winter War for Finland, Germany and World War II, and America during Vietnam. He fought for the Germans? He fought for the Germans? He fought in 3 armies in Winter War, Finland, Germany, and World War II. Wait, he actually fought for the Germans? Seriously? Really? I'd have to research that. I've never heard of that. That sounds a little crazy to me, but honestly, a lot of stories out there that you wouldn't believe to be true. Apparently they are true sometimes. So honestly, that's crazy. I'll definitely look into that, Caleb. Thank you so much for the 20. I really appreciate you. No, I hadn't heard of that. That's absolutely insane. Knight Rider 2, thank you so much. Hey, Sam, I moved to Portland, Oregon a few days ago. How are you? That's awesome, Knight Rider. I'm glad you made it safe. I'm doing okay, man. Just chilling out, having fun, and working on my videos and just enjoying life. So that's crazy, man. Hey, I'm glad you made it safely. Correct me if I'm wrong, Knight Rider. You were originally in Turkey, right? Am I thinking of are you the right guy here that I'm thinking of? You moved to Portland, Oregon. I don't know. I talked to another Knight Rider who was from Turkey. I don't know if that's you or not, but hey, glad you made it safely, man. Let's see here. Second Officer Charles Lightower. Sam, will you do a video about Brideside and how they lie? I may make a video in the future about people who twist the story of the Titanic around for their own financial gain. Aaron 1912. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, wow. Okay, there was something stuck in my throat there, so I may do a video about that at some point. Andrew, hey Sam, how goes it tonight? Hello from Ontario, Canada. Hello, Andrew. Good to see you. I'm doing pretty good here. Just hello from West Virginia. So I'm glad you're doing all right. Oh, so now that I'm thinking about it, I do have a pretty funny story from Rosie, if you guys would like to hear it. I have a pretty funny story of something that Rosie did to me right before I went to China, if you guys would like to hear that story. Amy, Sam, please shout me out. Hi, Amy. How are you? I see you. Everybody give Amy a shout out. Everyone say hi to Amy. Hi, Amy. Everybody say hi to Amy. There we go. Send that out. Everybody type that in the chat. Let's see here. Mega, hey, Sam, if you had the opportunity to go see the Titanic wreck, would you accept it? Absolutely. I wouldn't even think about it. I would go see Titanic in 2 seconds. Let's see here. Hi, Amy. Hi, Amy. Hi, Amy. Let's see here. Love a Rosie story. Okay, I'll tell you guys that story in a second as soon as everybody. Team Official, we need a new Discord link. Okay, I'll put that up after I'm done with the live stream. I'll post a link in the community page as soon as the live stream's up. Unless somebody in the chat is in my Discord, then can you generate the invite link real quick? So basically what happened was when I went to China, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but there is a plant, especially it grows everywhere, but it's called poison ivy and it's got oils on it. And if you're allergic to it, if you touch those oils, you get a really, really bad rash. So as it turns out, I am super allergic to poison ivy. I have been most of my life and I've always been careful around it. So right before I went to China, my dad was going to pick me up at my house the next day, drive me to the airport. I was in my PJs and Rosie was rambunctious. I was just playing with Rosie, wrestling with her and everything. I didn't know this, but that day, Rosie had been in the weeds and she was in poison ivy. And if you don't know this, the oils can actually transmit from the plant to a dog, but because a dog's fur doesn't affect them. And then when I played with Rosie, the oils went from her fur onto me. So I didn't notice it right away. I didn't know anything about it. Then I'm on the airplane flying to China, and I'm like, my arm kind of hurts. So I take off my shirt. I go to the plane's bathroom, and I look, and there's a tiny, tiny little red bump right here, and it looked like a bug bite. And I'm like, okay, I guess a bug bit me. And I put my shirt back on, and it's a long sleeve shirt, and then I'm just kind of relaxing on the plane. I'm like, my arm really hurts. So then I took off my arm again. I took off my shirt again, and all of this was red. All this was red. And I'm like, oh no. And if when I get poison ivy, I have to go get a shot. I have to go get a shot because it's just my body just goes nuts with it. So I'm stuck. I'm on a plane. I'm heading to China. And all the while, my arm is just getting covered. And it went here. It got all over my shirt, my chest, my belly. My other arm got it. My legs got it. I mean, it was everywhere. Oh, it was awful. I mean, it was a fun trip to China, but oh gosh. And of course that would have to happen the night before I got sick or the night before I left. So of course it would happen then. I'm trying to find a picture from my China trip and I don't have any pictures of the ivy directly, but you can kind of see here, like there's my arm and you can see how the red and all that stuff underneath it, like you can kind of see the ivy here, and you can see it wasn't as bad on the other arm, but there it is right there. You can see it covering that arm a little bit. Like, oh gosh, it was awful. It was awful. And the worst part was that there wasn't any. I couldn't get medicine in China. It's like I go to a doctor and they're like, "What's this? What's poison ivy?" Okay, now that I've told that story, I need to get back to these super chats because I see them still coming. Hang on a second. Let me backtrack a little bit. But yeah, now you guys know my crazy China story. Of course, that would happen right before. That was absolutely insane. Okay. Caleb, another 10. Thank you so much. Have you heard of the siege of Vienna and the charge of winged hussars, which is a large cavalry charge in history that inspired the rod of Rohan from the Lord of the Rings? No, I mean, I've heard of cavalry charges, but I didn't know that was the origination of stuff. Caleb, seriously, make a YouTube channel because you know so much stuff. You could make so many incredible videos on this stuff, and just let me know when you do it because I'll give you a shout out. Maybe we could collab on it, but You know your history, man. I mean, the stuff you know, that's crazy. Anyway, Caleb, thank you so much for the 10. I appreciate you. That is so cool. Listen, the ride from Rohan in Lord of the Rings, that is one of the coolest scenes in the movie. That is so cool. But hey, thank you for the 10, Caleb. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Let's see here. Ryan, 20. Thank you so much. Lamp is handed the Best Officer Award by Captain Scatina, who was released from prison in the Green Staircase with the Titanic V breaking and sinking in 7 parts in the back. Why do you guys like to get me to rage? So Lamp is handed the Best First Officer Award by Captain Scatina. Well, honestly, Lamp has just he's made the lights flicker in my house a little bit. He's no Captain Scatino, so I don't think he should be associated with that. Who was released from prison in the Green Staircase in the Titanic V break. Okay. So I need to center myself. I need to don't get angry, Sam. Don't get angry. Hey, thank you so much for the 20, Ryan. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. And Jennifer, hey, Sam, why did the Titanic roll back in her final plunge? Good question. And that is a question that we ultimately don't know the answer for 100%. But here's my best guess. And here's what I think happened during the... Here's what I think happened. I think that during the Titanic's final plunge, so the ship was going down and she was listing to port, water has a bit of an easier time flowing on the Titanic's port side than it does on the starboard side, just because of Scotland Road and then the D-deck gangway door and blah, blah, blah. So here's my theory. I think that as the Titanic's final plunge was beginning, and the ship was still listing the port, I think the water was kind of reaching an equilibrium inside the ship. Like the water was flowing around a lot. It was flooding more into the starboard side because the ship was already so low in the water. So it was able to counteract the balance between the water that had flooded on the port side with the water on the starboard side. That's my theory. And then as the Titanic rolled back, so the bridge is going under, the Titanic went from a port list to roll back to being pretty much on an even trim, more or less. As soon as that happened, and just pretend my hand's the water line, the Titanic was sinking very rapidly, and then she stalled. And then the ship actually lifted up out of the water very slightly, and for very, very briefly, maybe for about 5 to 10 seconds, the ship was dropping like a rock, paused, lifted up very slightly, and then just dropped like a rock again. And my theory about that is when the Titanic suddenly rolled back to being more or less on an even trim, that caused a few new air pockets to form within the ship, and it caused some of the water within the Titanic's hull to be slightly displaced and actually free up some rooms, like some rooms that were underwater were suddenly not underwater anymore, briefly. And then once the Titanic stopped rocking and settled back, those rooms quickly flooded again, and then the Titanic resumed sinking. So pretty crazy stuff, though. Pretty interesting stuff. You know, for something that happened almost 110 years ago, it's amazing how much we know about it. Oh, he's here. 4160 is here. What you got in the bowl? You know what 4160? Okay, for those of you who don't know, 4160, he has been here since the beginning of my YouTube channel, and he has sent me that same line over and over and over, and he will not answer me when I ask him what that means. I think he's doing it just to mess with me. I'm glad you're still here, man. I really appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Okay, let's get back to these. Nathan 10, thank you so much. If the Titanic would have dropped its anchor right away, would it have slowed the ship down fast enough? Also, I am thinking about getting a Titanic tattoo. That's cool. No, because the ocean was too deep there. I don't know what the exact length of the Titanic's anchor was, but I don't think it could have dropped down 2.5 miles to stop on that real quick. So no. If anybody knows what the actual length, actually, I wonder if I can Google that. What was the length of the Titanic's anchor chain? Let's see here. Titanic's anchor at the time was the largest anchor ever forged. The anchor measured 18 feet in length, but it doesn't tell me how long the anchor chains were. Its overall size and anchors measured 18 feet. But that can't be the exact length. That can't be how long the chains were. So, but no matter how long they were, there's no way it could have went down 2.5 miles. At least I don't believe so. So, but yeah, that wouldn't have done anything. It would just kind of hung there. Caleb, thank you for the 10, Nathan. I appreciate you. Caleb 5, thank you so much. Did you know that another 5, Caleb. Did you know that Australia once declared war on a bird? Pause for dramatic effect. excuse me, and lost the Great Emu War after World War I. No, that can't be true. Hang on. Okay, you know what? I'm Googling this. You keep sending me super chats so I see them, and then you keep telling me random stuff. Hang on. Did Australia, the Great Emu War after World War I. The Great Emu War also was a nuisance wildlife management military operation undertaken in Australia in the later part of 1932 to address public concerns over the number of emus that were said running amok. Okay. And it's actually called the Emu War. Okay. And there is a picture of a man here holding a giant bird, which I am assuming is a emu. Okay. Very, very interesting. Okay. I'm going to post a picture that I just found that is definitely interesting. I've never heard of that before, but okay. All right, that's crazy. Thank you for that, Caleb. I don't know what to do with that information, but thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Let's see here. Dark, $2. Thank you so much. Have you heard of the SS Princesa Yolanda? SS Princesa? I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that right, but I have not heard of that. Let me take a quick look and see what it is. Oh, is it a ship? That also needs to be my catchphrase. SS Princesa Yolanda was Italian transatlantic liner built by I don't know any of this stuff, and I'm not going to try to pronounce that. But okay, I've never heard of this, but it's a pretty ship. Wait, did it capsize? There's a picture here of it sinking. Wow, it actually rolled over. Cause of the sinking, shipyard technicians conclude that the launching with all fittings and funnels already installed but without any coal or ballast resulted in the center of gravity being too high. Once the ship began healing, a large amount of movable material inside increased the list. Oh, so they launched her and she capsized. I have seen pictures of this, but I didn't know that it was this ship. This is definitely getting a video topic. I'm definitely making a video about this. Thank you so much for that super chat, and thank you for informing me of the ship's name. Dang on, that's crazy. I had seen pictures of a ship capsizing like that, but I didn't know that it was this ship. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Ozzy, $2. Rosie is going to turn off the lights. Hee hee. I don't know how she could. Rosie doesn't have hands. She has paws. And she can't reach the light switch. So I think we're good on that aspect. Thank you for the 2, Ozzy. Chippers. Wait, Chippers 2 for a non-squeaky chew toy fun for Rosie. Okay, thank you so much, Chippers. I appreciate it. Thank you for the 2. Caleb, another 10. Sam, I'm going to admit you aren't the only history channel I watch. I'm a Sabtanian fan, simple history fan, extra credit enjoyer, oversimplified, and many, many more. Caleb, how could you? That hurts so much. Caleb, that's cool, man. And thank you so much for the 10. I appreciate you. But seriously, think about starting up your own YouTube channel. I think you do really good on YouTube. I think you really, really would. Maritime history, historic travels. If Scatino had stayed on the ship till the end, then I would think he would not be in the trouble he is now. I think Scatino would be in a little bit of trouble for causing the disaster. But if he had stayed on the ship and manned up to his mistake and done his duty as a captain to try to get everybody off, I wouldn't have as low an opinion of him as I do now. Because, you know, accidents happen. I get that. Now, that's a horrible accident to happen, and it had no business happening. But the fact that it happened, he handled it horribly, didn't act like a captain, and was, you know, he was basically responsible for those 32 deaths. And he did not try to help those people. He just took off in a lifeboat. Anyway, so you guys know how I feel. He's no captain in my mind. He's a all right, relax, Sam, relax. But yeah, if he would have, if the ship would have sunk from the accident and he had stayed on board and done his duty and done everything he could to get everybody off, I wouldn't hate him anywhere near as much as I do right now. Gia, absolutely unacceptable behavior. I absolutely agree. Charles Lightoller, haha, rage. Is that your plan? Is that your plan, just to get me to rage? 4160, Sam is the man. Since the dawn of his channel, he is the big reason why the Titanic is still relevant in our lives. Much respect for the guts stepping out and bringing us his channel. Thank you so much, 4160. Eventually, you have to tell me where you got that whole catchphrase, okay? Eventually, you've got to tell me about that. Let's see here. Captain Alex, hey, Sam, my birthday is next week on Wednesday. Can I get a happy birthday? Also, best birthday gift would be when you lose it. Wait, what? Also, best birthday gift would be when you lose it, do sit-ups. So every time I get mad, you want to watch me do a sit-up. Interesting idea. Happy birthday, Captain Alex. And everybody wish Captain Alex a happy birthday. Captain Alex, happy birthday. Everybody wish him a happy birthday. It's hard for me to type and talk. Happy birthday, Captain Alex, happy birthday to you. Thanks for being here, man. Mystery Gamer. Sam, have you heard about the sinking of the RMS? Okay, I feel like you're joking. I don't think that's real. I don't think that's real. Okay, yeah. You're trolling me. I completely thought you were trolling me, and I was right. You're trolling me. Nathan 5, thank you so much. Are there any ships that will be full electric with the big cars right now? Are they doing the same with ships? I don't know how they would do that. I mean, think about it. Electric cars, like, to make something all electric, you need a pretty big battery. So I don't really know. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you for the 5. But I don't know how they would do that with a ship. I really don't. I mean, how would you charge it? I mean, I don't, unless we get some super solar panels or something like that, I really don't see how that's possible. I really don't. Sarah, I sub to you, and I'm a big fan of old ocean liners. I have a submersible Titanic model. Sarah, you actually have one? You have one of those? Do you have any idea how rare those are? Holy crap, Sarah, that's awesome. I had one when I was a kid, and I don't know what happened to it. I'm sure it's in my parents' garage somewhere, but I just don't know where it is. But Sarah, that's really cool you have it. That's so cool. And be sure you take care of that, because those are worth quite a bit nowadays. Let's see here. Scott 5, thank you so much. Have you seen the Titanic documentary, Inside the Titanic? They mentioned a greaser who had his foot crushed by a watertight door. Have you heard of this? Yes, I have. And I've used a few clips from it, a few clips from that documentary in some of my videos. I don't know about a man who was trapped in a watertight door, but I tend to take that documentary with a grain of salt, because a lot of the stuff in that documentary just really isn't that accurate. You know, there's quite a few problems with it. Like, a good example is, what was that guy's name? Was it a greaser? Gory, I think. Anyway, they show a guy who was at the top of the Titanic's fourth funnel, very close to the end of the sinking. And you see him chug a bottle of whiskey or whatever, and he writes a note in it, April 15th, 1912, from Titanic, goodbye all. And you see him throw the bottle from the top of the Titanic's fourth funnel. So that's the story. And somebody actually mentioned that to me before. Now, while it is correct that a message in the bottle was thrown, Joshua, that is a very inaccurate documentary. Yeah. So while it is true that a message in a bottle was thrown from Titanic, it had nothing to do with the guy on the fourth funnel. And it wasn't a bottle of whiskey or whatever. It was a bottle of holy water. So basically what happened was the guy drained the bottle, and then he put a note in it that said, April 15th, 1912, from Titanic, goodbye all. Put it in the message in the bottle, threw it overboard right before the Titanic went down. And I believe he died in the sinking. I can't remember the guy's name. And then about a year or two later, it washed ashore, I believe close to Belfast, or no, it wasn't Belfast, but it was somewhere in the UK. Like, it washed ashore somewhere around there, and I don't know exactly where. Like, this is an old memory, so I only remember bits and pieces of it. But there was a message in the bottle. That part was true. But as far as the story that documentary said it was, completely inaccurate. That documentary was more interested in telling a fun story, I think, than actually trying to get the history right. So, but I mean, they did do a few things correct, like Boiler Room 5 flooding with the coal bunker. They got that part right. So it's not completely wrong, but it's not right either, you know. And anyway, so let's see here. Did I miss any super chats? I think. Have you seen the documentary? Okay, we're all caught up. Let's see. Joshua, I don't like it. And when I first saw it, my dad was continuing to watch it because he thought the greaser was going to hack his leg off. Yeah, I mean, that documentary is very dramatic. It's very dramatic. Black November. Hi, Sam. I really enjoy your videos. If you're interested, look up the HNLMS Alabama Cregesen. Okay, I'll look it up. I haven't heard of it, but I will take a look at that. Thank you so much. Jordan, hey Sam, why did the officers in the Titanic have guns even though it was not required? And did Frederick Fleet die in the sinking? I don't believe he did. But as far as why the officers had guns, you know, they weren't issued these guns by the White Star Line, but a lot of these guys just traveled with guns, you know. They just had them in their carry-on luggage and stuff like that, and they brought them just in case they needed them for something. So, I mean, honestly, it was good they had them, because if they hadn't had them, crowds would have rushed the lifeboats and they would have lost a lot more people. So it is good that they had them. Shane, no, he didn't. I didn't think he did. But yeah, that's why. Lemon, hey Sam, can you do a video on the HMS Hawk after the collision? 60 minutes. Okay, after the collision. Hang on, wait, I lost it. I lost that. I completely lost that question. Can you do a video on the HMS Hawk after the collision with the Olympic? I'm guessing that's what it said. I will look into it. I haven't done any research into the history of the Hawk, but I will definitely look at doing some videos on it. Thank you so much. All right, everybody. Well, hey, we're getting close to the 1 hour mark, so I will take a couple of more questions, and then we are going to start wrapping everything up for this week, and we will go live stream again, same time next week. We'll take a couple more questions, and then we are going to close out the super chat for the evening. Hey, Sam, what is your favorite officer that was on the Titanic? From Sanjay. Probably Murdoch. I'd have to go with Murdoch. Let's see here. Fear. Historic travels. What if collapsible in A and B on the Titanic had been pushed down onto the deck earlier in the sinking? Then they would have had a difficult time getting the lifeboats that were close to them out of the way. You know, because collapsible A and B were really close to the first funnel. And then with the position of these lifeboats, they would have been a big hindrance for them while they did that. And, you know, that's why they didn't do it, because those lifeboats, they would have been in the way. Let's see. Pun. Sam, have you heard about the sinking of the Titanic? You should check it out if you want to make videos on it. I have never heard of the sinking of the Titanic. What are you talking about? All right. Ozzy, is Rosie getting her toy back? Yes, she'll get it back as soon as I close out. All right, everybody. Do you guys want to do a Titanic quiz before I go? You guys want me to ask a couple of questions real quick before I head out for the night? Do you guys want to do a last-minute Titanic quiz before I close out for the evening? Is that what you guys would like me to do? I will wait a moment, and if you guys want a Titanic quiz, I will do it. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, you guys want a Titanic quiz. Okay. Let me think. What am I going to try to trip you guys up with? How are we going to do this? All right. Let's see here. Hang on a second. I don't know the other part of this question. Hang on. Give me 1 second, guys. I got to double check something. Give me 1 second here. There we go. Okay. You can answer this question in Fahrenheit or Celsius. What was the temperature of the water around the Titanic on the night she sank? You can answer it in Fahrenheit or Celsius. What was the temperature of the water around the Titanic on the night she's... Fear got it. Fear first. Fear, 28 degrees Fahrenheit. Good job, Fear. He got it first. Actually, you know what? Here we go. One thing we need to fix if we're going to do questions is disable slow mode. There we go. All right. So slow mode is now been officially disabled for the question. So the way we're going to do this is the first person who gets the question right is the winner. All right, here. Slow mode is off. Chat away. All right, let's see. Next question. Let's do an easy one. What was the captain's name on the Titanic? What was the captain of the Titanic's name? What was the captain of the Titanic's name? I'm waiting. Let's see here. Who was the captain? Captain Smith. We got Lee. Lee was first. There's definitely a delay from when I ask a question to when the chat actually responds to it. But Lee got it first. Man, look at you guys. Okay. Here's the next question. Who was the first class passenger who was on her way home to Denver on the Titanic when the sinking happened? I believe she was going to visit a sick family member, and her home was in Denver. Who was this passenger? First class passenger. Lee got it again. Lee got it again. Molly Brown, you got it. Good job. I thought that would actually trip you guys up a bit when I mentioned where she was going. Good job. Okay. What was the name of it was a first class passenger on Titanic who at the beginning part of the sinking, he got separated from his dad. And throughout the rest of the sinking, him and his dad spent the entire sinking trying to find each other, and they never did. Who was this passenger? Fear got it again. Jack Thayer. Jack Thayer. Then that one tripped you guys up a bit. That one tripped you guys up a bit. Jack Thayer. You got it. Okay. Who was Jack Thayer's friend who was with him throughout the sinking and didn't survive the sinking? Who was Jack Thayer's shipboard friend who did not survive the sinking? What was his name? What was the name of Jack Thayer's friend who was okay, we got to do let's see, put user in a timeout. Let's see here. What was the name of Jack Thayer's friend? Ralph got it. Milton. Milton, you got it. You got it. Ralph got it first. Milton Long. Milton Long. Yep. Good job. Good job. Man, you guys are smart. You guys are smart. All right. Let's see here. Okay, I've got one for you, but this isn't Titanic. What is the captain? What is the name of a captain who sails a ship called the Black Pearl? What is his name? This isn't Titanic, but what is the captain of the Black Pearl's name? What is the captain of the Black Pearl's name? Let's see here, waiting on the chat. Inspector got it, Jack Sparrow. Jack Sparrow got it. Good job, Davy Jones. You guys are funny. Okay, hang on. I gotta look this question up. I'm curious if you guys can get it. How many? Hang on, I gotta look this question up because I don't know this one. I don't know if it'll tell me, but okay, here we go. Don't Google. Don't Google. I had to Google it, but that doesn't mean you guys Google it. How many light bulbs were on the Titanic? How many light bulbs were on the Titanic? I had to look this up. How many light bulbs were on the Titanic? 2. No, that's not right. That's not right. It was not 2. How many light bulbs were on Titanic? Jordan got it. 10,000. That was what I was looking for. Over 10,000. Boom, you got it. Man, look at this chat. Holy cow, man. Everybody loves Titanic stuff. All right, let me see. Let me think of one more, and then I'm going to go ahead and close out the I'll close out the live stream after I think of one more. I haven't pre-planned these, so let me see here. Okay. This is going to be a hard one, but if you know the Titanic's interiors, then you'll know it. If you watch my documentary, you'll probably know it. The D-deck gangway doors right here on the side of the Titanic. What room inside the Titanic did those doors lead into? So when you walk through the D-deck gangway door, what was the room on the other side of that door? What was the other room on the other side of the D-deck gangway door? The reception room. Reception, man, good job. Inspector got it first. Dang on, I wasn't expecting that. The first class dining saloon was very close to it, but the reception room was first. Man, you guys are you guys are smart. You guys are so smart. All right, you know what? One more question, and this will probably be an easy one for most Titanic fans. Actually, hang on a second. I gotta look up what it was called. Hang on. I had to look up what this item was called. Let's see. All right, guys. Okay, I do not know how to say this, and I'm not even going to try. But what was one of the most valuable items lost? It was this item had the most expensive insurance claim filed for it after the sinking. What was the most expensive insurance claim item? Like what was the item that the most expensive insurance claim was filed after the sinking? If you have to look up the name of it, then you'll let me know. But it was boom, HMHS Titanic. It was that painting. Yep, you got it. It was a painting. It was a painting. It was absolutely a painting. Yeah, I know the name is absolutely insane. I wasn't expecting anybody to get it right, but yeah, it was a famous painting. It was that painting right there. So that was the most expensive item that was supposedly lost on the Titanic, was that painting. The guy who owned it was Stephenson in the video I talked about earlier. But he filed a claim against the White Star Line for $100,000 back then in 1912 currency. So that was crazy. The cutting room floor, $2. Thank you so much, man. Sorry I'm late. Happy Sunday, Sam. Welcome, cutting room floor. I'm glad you made it, man, but we're about to close out. All right, everybody. Well, hey, that was a lot of fun. That was a great questionnaire. That was awesome. All right, everybody. Well, hey, if you guys want to keep hanging out, be sure you join the Discord because I am active on there. So that is the best way to try to reach me. And yeah, guys, hey, thank you so much for the live stream tonight. This was a ton of fun. Everybody who did super chats, thank you guys so much for that. Everybody who asked regular questions, thanks so much for that. All the support you guys give is awesome. So guys, just Thank you guys so much for all the support. I could not do it without you. All right, everybody. Well, hey, y'all stay safe out there. We will be back live same time next week, Sunday night at 7:30. All right, everybody. Well, hey, y'all stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night, everybody, and thank you so much for being here.